Gentlemen, welcome back to my channel. And first off, I just want to say thank you to everybody who has been so supportive of me on this journey to Ukraine, to see if it has been possible. I've met so many amazing people, and even people I haven't even met, but we email all the time and I try and help out, and it's become like quite a cool little network of people. So thank you so much for all the guys that have given me support and encouragement, and have made me want to continue on making these videos and this journey as well. Something just sort of came into my mind today. It's been almost one whole year since I set out on my journey to see if it was possible to find love in another country other than my own. And the year has been a complete, it's kind of been a blur. It feels like it's gone really, really fast, but so much has happened. I've spent almost 6 months in the last 12 months in Ukraine, trying to figure out this whole thing for myself and seeing if it was possible. And it's been the most amazing year of my life. And I encourage anybody who's thinking about doing it to go and do it. It will change you. Honestly, it has changed me as a person. Before this, I came out of this long relationship, and I felt, I wasn't confident. I just wasn't a happy person, I guess you could say it. And now I feel so good about myself and who I am and where I've come. So I encourage anybody that's thinking about doing this to just go and do it. You won't regret it, really you won't. So just trust me. Anyway, enough of that stuff there. What I want to talk to you guys about today is quite exciting, and I think that guys are going to benefit from it. If you are thinking about going to Ukraine, I guess any other country as well, but mainly Ukraine, because that's what I know, that's where I have been. If you are thinking about doing this, or if you have done this, or if you're currently doing it, what I'm going to share with you guys today is something that I believe that is going to be beneficial for you guys. So let's just back it up for a second here. When I started making these videos, I actually did it because I was going through my own personal sort of drama, and after failing the first time, I thought to myself, if I could help some other guys, then all of this would be worth something. I had no idea where this channel was going or anything like that, but I was contacted by a guy about 3 months ago, and his name was Ian, and he saw my videos and he reached out to me and he said, look, I like what you're doing, and there's a bunch of guys here and we all want to do something in line with you. I said, oh yeah, okay, that sounds pretty cool. And just by chance, when I was in Kiev last month, 6 weeks ago, something like that, our paths were sort of just crossing in Kiev. And so we thought, well, okay, let's go out and have a coffee. So we went out and had a coffee. And what Ian told, I had no idea what he was going to say. What Ian told me was there was him that had done one of these tour companies, and plus there's about 8 or 9 other guys that had also done these tour companies. Some of them were successful, some of them weren't successful, some of them were scammed, some of them got married. There's a whole range of guys in there. And he connected with these guys on his journey the same way that I connected with guys on my journey. And if anybody ever does this, you just become friends with these people. And these people just, for some reason you seem to build this bond and you become really, really good friends. So he's done that with his group of people over here. Now they wanted to do something to help guys wanting to do this or wanting to go on this journey, but couldn't really find the resources or anything like that. When he told me what he wanted to do, I just felt like this is exactly in line with what I want to do as well. So we started talking away there about what we could do to help guys, and we come up with a kind of, I guess it's a concept at the moment, but we're working on it. And what I want to do is I want to share it with you guys to see what your feedback is on it, and if there are guys out there that sort of want to get on board as well. So if you are thinking about doing this, no doubt you've looked online and there's so much information out there. Why do Ukraine women want Western men, and what makes a Ukraine woman the perfect wife? All that stuff. We're not interested in any of that sort of stuff at all, okay? That you can find that stuff online, it's wishy-washy sort of stuff. So what we wanted to create is we want to create a community, and it's of real guys that have gone and done this, that want to give advice to other guys that have gone and done this, or maybe they've already done it and they failed, or maybe they're successful as well. So basically what it is, it's a community that will grow itself. Nobody owns it. It's just a collaboration of guys that want to help other guys thinking about doing this or that have done it. So we sort of broke it down into how can we help guys to be successful? Because there are so many thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands, tens of thousands of guys that go and do this every year. But in Ukraine, there was only not last year, the year before, there was only 500 marriages from the United States to Ukraine women, which is not a lot. Why is there not more? This is the thing that concerned us, and we wanted to really put something together to try and bump that up to 1,000 or 1,500 or 2,000 or as much as possible by eliminating all of the things that I've experienced, that Ian has experienced, these other guys have experienced that made them fail. If we can eliminate those, or at least minimize them to a large degree, there'll be more successful stories. So I just want to just add in here, like if any guys are watching this going, oh God, it's another subscription service that we're going to have to pay for, blah, 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 blah. It's not. It's totally free. One of the things that I said to Ian is that, like, I don't want this to be a money-making thing. I don't want to be in any sort of affiliates program. I don't want to have any sort of scammy stuff that's going on. And he agreed 100% straight away. I agree. It's just guys trying to help guys. That's all it is. So I just want to make sure that nobody's out there thinking that this is a money-making venture or anything like that. It's just a community of guys that want to get together, that just want to help other guys, just a support network. But it's going to be structured in a way that it becomes more useful than just some forum that's online that you're trying to search through. So what we did is we basically broke it down into 3 parts. And there are three types of guys that go and do this, or 3 stages. The first stage is that guys thinking about doing it. So they've done some research, they've heard some stuff about it, but they're unsure maybe. They're unsure which company to go for, or which city to go for, or anything like that. Well, as the community grows, guys can give advice about where to go, what to do, and how you can be successful in this actual area itself, or how to get started. So the second group of people, I guess, that we want to focus on is guys that are currently doing some tour, or they've gone over there by themselves or something, and something has gone wrong. And it does go wrong, like things happen, like maybe you get scammed and you realise that the agency you went with is a scam agency. Well, what are you going to do? Who are you going to turn to? You know, another scam agency? If you were to reach out to the support group, there'll be guys in there that say, well, you're in Odessa, you need to go see this person here, here's the phone number, go see this person, they can help you out. That's the idea behind it. So it's a group of, a network of guys, and any guy that's done this or spent time over there, they'll have a legit assistant, translator, a place they can get apartments, a driver. They'll have all these things in their phones, and they'll be willing to share it with anybody else in case they get stuck, because it is daunting if you're over there and something's gone wrong. You don't know, especially if you can't speak the language, you don't know what to do. But there's a bunch of other guys out there that are more than willing to help you. Like, so many guys just want to help other guys be successful. And the third group of guys, which I think is as important as any of the other 2 groups of guys, is post going to Ukraine. So maybe you've been on one of these tours and you were unsuccessful, and you come back home and you've just dropped 10 grand and you're feeling a bit low. And I know what that feels like, and so do many other guys. And sometimes guys give up. They just go, I can't, it's not worth it. The whole thing's a scam. But it's not a scam. It's just that you just needed some better context, or you needed a different method in how to do it. So post-tour, if you've failed, there are guys like me, or like Ian, or any of the other guys that can help you get back on your feet, give you some support and give you some encouragement to get back out there and do it again. And in that third group as well, if you have gone on your tour, or you've gone over there by yourself, or whatever way that you did it, and you were successful, the knowledge that you would have if you were successful is going to help some of the other guys. Maybe it's encouragement for the guys that did fail. Maybe you can help other guys that also were successful, but they're having problems with their Ukrainian wife. Maybe she's like going crazy and he doesn't know why, he can't understand it. Maybe he's got some problems and he needs some advice as well. So you'll have a wealth of information that you can share with the guys as well. So it's trying to help every stage of this journey. There's one other aspect as well, and it's forgotten about. And it's actually really, really, really important. And we seem to forget about the woman. So if she's going to move to another country, I mean, I couldn't even imagine how hard that would be. She has to leave her friends, her parents, her dog, her job, everything, and go with this man and trust that he's going to be exactly the same as what he is when he's over here. I did briefly discuss it with Ian about, like, it'd be so good to have like a support network for the woman over there. But it didn't really sink in until I was talking to a lovely lady that I met when I was in Kiev, and she was actually married, and she moved over to United States to get married. And they were only married for about 8 months, I believe. But she told me that when she was there, she had no friends. She had no acquaintances. The only acquaintance that she had was his ex-wife. And so she was lonely. She had nothing. She ended up buying this little dog, and that was her best friend. And obviously the relationship's never going to flourish in that kind of environment. But wouldn't it be amazing if, like, she had something that she could go to, and she could connect with other Ukrainians, maybe in her area or not too far away, and they could come and actually meet each other, or even just communicate and give each other support. When she told me this, it was kind of like a light bulb moment, because I'd already been thinking about this project. And to hear that from her, it was sort of like a missing piece to the puzzle, because if she's not happy, well, it's never going to work. He's not going to be happy for many aspects of their relationship. So it's about trying to build a happy couple. The end goal is to build a happy couple where both parties are happy. So that's why we decided to come up with Ukraine Fusion. So Ukraine Fusion is basically a collaboration of everything that everybody has learned that is legit. So we can weed out the lies, the rumors, basically the bullshit that's out there, based on what people have experienced. I'm just one person, so there's only so much that I can experience being myself. But imagine if there was a bunch of guys together, working together, that can give you support. You can ring them. The numbers will be available on this in this community system that we're going to set up. There's going to be only legitimate stuff. Okay, only legitimate stuff. If you need a driver here, this person is legitimate. If you need an apartment, it's legit. Guys can vouch for it. And if we ever find anything that's wrong with any of the things that that are suggested, they'll be gone and they'll be ousted, and we'll blacklist them and we'll tell exactly what's happened. So it's a place for guys to share their experiences, and if they're good, they can share the good experience. If it's bad, they went to some little agency and they said that this happened. It's going to be totally transparent. So the guy can post exactly what's happened to him. He can, if he's got evidence of it, it's always going to be good. But it also gives an opportunity for this agency to come in and go, no, hang on, we don't agree with what's happened here. And we can make up our own decision based on what is presented, whether or not this is a legitimate agency or a legitimate driver or whatever it is, based on what we see. Because for too long, everything has been hidden in smoke and mirrors. And it's so hard for us to try and figure it out. It shouldn't be this hard. If you were going to go and buy something, like a pair of shoes or an iPhone, it's pretty easy to figure it out, right? But this whole industry is just shrouded in like this mystery, and and you got to Google and search, and there's no real transparency, and that's not fair for the customer or for the client, and it's not fair for the agency as well. So by doing it this way, we're creating an environment that's open and completely transparent. So even though Ukraine Fusion is still in a very early stage, and it is just a concept that we're building at the moment and collaborating with other guys and trying to make sure that we can get this out there, and it's actually going to be something of value that people are going to use and get value from it, and in turn create more and more success stories. So we're looking at having this up and running by Christmas to a certain degree, but it's going to be an evolution. So the more guys that get involved, the faster it's going to grow, and the bigger it's going to grow, and the more of a resource it's actually going to be. So I guess I'm asking you guys out there that have done this, or that have some information that's going to be useful for other guys that are going to do this, is to please contact us. I'm going to put the email in the description below. Please contact us, because we're looking for anybody that can help us and make this grow and make more and more successful couples between Ukraine and the Western world. And we believe that we can do it. So if you want to join us, come and join us. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, subscribe, because there's going to be updates along the way as we get things built and put into place and things like that. So make sure you subscribe to the channel and stay updated and keep an eye on it if it is something you're looking at doing, because I can guarantee you, if you haven't done this before and you've been sitting on the fence whether or not you could do it, or whether you can't do it, or if you're going to get scammed, this here will be the biggest help to you guys. So subscribe to my channel and stay tuned for some more updates, and thanks guys for watching.